My name is Joseph Njoroge. I am the founder and the director of Global Hope Rescue and Rehabilitation Center, a center that caters for street boys and young men in the streets of Ngong, Karen, Nairobi, and other parts of Kenya.
My name is Larry Adimbi. I am from 2 and Global is my home. Before I came to Global, I was in the street, and before I was in the street, I had a home. I went to the street because of many reasons. The first reason was there was not inadequate food at home, so I had to go to the street to cater for myself. Then the street life was so hard compared to home. But at night it was difficult for us to sleep. We had to sleep under the lorry, or sometimes on the lorry. When it rains from hills came and washed us, and the following day some of us were very sick and they had nowhere to where to go. So they had to remain there, and sometimes others died. So there, when it was cold, we used to go and buy drugs. I can't say that the drugs were harmful on that days, because sometimes it was advantage to us. When it was cold, we used to go and buy them so that we can be warmer. And food was not a problem, because we used to go to the market garbages and collect some bananas, oranges, and eat. So one day when Daddy Joseph was walking along the street, he met us and we were so cold. So he had nowhere to take us but to first he bought for us a tea and some mandazi in an hotel. And he took us to the field and we shared with him our stories. He was very happy, and now he had to rent for us at least 2 bedrooms where we would sleep. So he went and rent for us a 1 room where he placed for us a television and a DVD where we'll be watching a video at night. So that's how the life was. And in the following day, we used to wake up and go a few kilometers to look for plastic and metals in the street. Sometimes we would come without anything, so we had to steal for people's jikos and basins. After stealing jikos and basins from people, many of us were caught and beaten to death, and some of us who were very young like me were taken to the police. There the police the following day they would just leave us for free to go, and life became very hard. So Mr. Njoroge, even though he had rent for us a house, it was difficult for us to stop drugs. So we met few people. We met few Mzungus who came and took us photos and gave us only 20 shillings each of us. And after that, we will not see them again. So many Mzungus came and we were afraid of them. So Mr. Njoroge one day, he witnessed a certain Mzungu who came, and he was serious to help us. He came and brought for us jiko jiko, sufurias, and few utensils. Now we were able to cook for ourselves, but very hard to stop drugs. So the landlord complained about us that we were thieves, we were mad people. Now we were chased away. Now we had to go to the slum and have a new house. Mr. Njoroge rented for us 4 rooms, and we used to sleep there. Then there, he gave it a name, Global Hope Rescue and Rehabilitation Center, even today. So we had, but slowly, we had many visitors who came to visit, who visited us, and some of them were counselors who told us about the disadvantages of using drugs. Even though he talked about it, we did not change. So Mr. Njoroge then had to rent us for. Mr. Njoroge had to rent us a house which had a good fence where we will not sneak outside. So he went and traded for us a house with a good fence where we will not sneak. And there, by slowly, we stopped drug abuse. We stopped drugs. After stopping the drugs, he had to take some of us to school who were committed. So they went to school, and I and my friends, we admired it. So we went and asked him to take us to school. So he went to school. On that day, I was in class 6. So I went to class 6. Until now I am in Form 2. Okay, even though I am in Global, we have many challenges. The first challenge is land. Here in Global we are many, and sometimes in our beds we sleep like I can say these small boys, they can sleep maybe 5 to 6. If we can have our own land and a bigger one, we may be able to rescue more street boys who are in the street, and in order to save their lives, because sometimes they may steal and they will experience mob justice, which is not good. So I will request well-wishers to help us in buying our own land.
Hi, I'm Maddie, the founder of Evie Grace Foundation and the Australian Director for Global Hope Rescue and Rehabilitation Centre. I first visited Kenya at 19 years old. I wanted to just contribute to the world greater, and I thought volunteering overseas would be the best way to do it. Yeah, and we partnered with Global Hope. Street boys have always been something, just street children actually, have been something I've been very passionate about. I know myself what it feels like to not have parents and to feel like no one cares. I lost my mother at 2, and then my father left not long after, and then me and my disabled brother were put in foster homes. So not at all the ideal upbringing for a child. So I can resonate a lot with these kids and their stories of suicide attempts, drug taking, abusive relationships, unhealthy self-esteem, etc. Which I think is why I can really be on their level. We have a lot of respect for each other in our stories, and there's nothing we could tell each other that is judged. Whereas privileged people that have had good upbringings don't really understand the struggles that a child with no parents or a street child has. Hence my dedication to this project. And also we do support girls as well through reusable menstrual pads and hygiene education, as well as human rights education around child marriage, child trafficking, FGM.
Currently we are sheltering and hosting 110 former street boys. The reason why I started this project is that I am a former street boy. I had a similar past in regards to what these boys are going through. Some of the challenges we have here to mention but a few. We have beddings challenge. Of course, we have few rooms to accommodate more beds, but still we need those beds because we have about 30 beds that all the boys share. That means that especially the small ones sleep maybe 3 or 4 in each bed, which is not very good in terms of hygiene, but because we don't have any other option, we accommodate that and we live by that. So it's our prayer that we'll get enough rooms and also enough bedding so that the boys can share. I also want to appreciate friends from Australia, Evie Grace Foundation, which got in contact with us since the end of last year to this point, and since they came we have been able to receive so much support. They have been able to donate us with football boots now, and all other boys have been able to get new shoes from Australia, and we really appreciate. I would also like to appeal for the support of our dining hall. It's our small multi-purpose hall where we use in terms of prayers, studies, and sometimes when visitors come we gather there. We also use the same halls when eating. It has a lot of leakages. Like today we have had rains, and already half part of it is already wet because it's already leaking, and it's not comfortable for the boys to stay there when we need to carry out some activity. So it's also our prayer and wish that we are able to repair that, and so that the dining can be conducive for the purpose of it. But we still have a need, and we still ask for the support in purchase of the land so that we can have a permanent structure of the same.
Land for us means not only safe housing, the ability to house so many more street boys, but also the talents the boys have here are remarkable. To be able to provide them a proper football pitch would be amazing, as well as a dining hall that can also be turned into for performances, which they love, dancing, singing, an art room, a library, things that in Australia we just take for granted, and you just have it at your school, even in your home, the ability to have your own bedroom and do your activities in there. They don't have that. It would also mean agricultural projects, so we could start growing our own fruits and vegetables, which at the moment the boys don't eat very much because it's expensive. So we do have mainly a starch diet, so they're not getting the nutrition they need. So being able to grow our own fruits and vegetables would be amazing, as well as income generating projects. So if anyone is interested in coming to Kenya and volunteering, applications are now open for our November, December, January and February volunteer programs. Just head to the website www.eviegrace.org, or you can contact me directly at maddie@eviegrace.org. The difference with volunteering with Evie Grace Foundation is you deal directly with me from start to finish, no middleman. You can see the impact that you're directly making with our street boys, our girl mentorship, and our reusable pad projects.
With your support to purchase land, we can change the lives of the future generations of street boys.